sort that out. What's up, everybody? Wanted to go a little behind the scenes again. It seemed like we had a lot of good feedback from the last one. We've got a client that we're running an ad campaign for right now. Isn't going the way we want it to, so thought I would share in kind of a high level of us going through it, so you can kind of get a look at that and what we look at, what we talk about, how we go about trying to fix it, and hopefully we'll fix and help somebody out there. So let me flip this around, because last time it was backwards. So what's up, Megan? And Samiha's in here as well. So up here at the Lawrenceville office, where they meet a couple times a week to go over client campaigns and everything there. Megan, are you going to use that whiteboard?
I am.
Okay, perfect. I think it's showing correctly here.
Okay, well, you can see what.
All right, give us an overview of what we just went over, and then let's kind of go through high level how we're going to try to correct it.
So we've got a client in the fitness space. We've been running just for a little under about 3 weeks now, and we're getting some good engagement, getting some good audiences built, but want to really ramp that up and promote end of summer kind of special. So we went through yesterday. There's a couple of options for this. We're kind of trying to figure out first. Let's get a really good hook. What it will bring people in and attract them without giving a lot of stuff away for free, but giving them a good discount. What are some good messaging points to get them in the door? And then basically reinvent this ad campaign to go out this week. So what we're talking about right now is, right now we have something going to kind of your an ad going to a traditional landing page with some retargeting. We've gotten some good video content, so we're figuring out how we basically take this new information and revamp it into a new campaign. But on the way in, so we've been thinking about doing this kind of the traditional landing page way. But on the way in, I started thinking about messenger bots, because we're having a ton of success with clients in the messenger space across all different industries. Messenger is just like the open rates on it. We're seeing 80-90% open rates. We're able to get people into the system really well, opting into different offers. So wanted to have a little strategy session here to think about how we might use Messenger in this case. And then I think what we will probably do ultimately is test both the traditional landing page option versus the Messenger option and see where we get best success.
So the main goal with this client is obviously new member opportunities.
Yes.
Or new customer opportunities.
Right.
So
they need to, and for them it is much more about lead quality versus just getting a bunch of different leads in.
And touching on that, so Messenger we're using a lot to help qualify potential customers or members in this scenario.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Because you can get people into a Messenger and set up an automated sequence where you can, obviously gain their contact name, their contact information, but also ask questions about, like let's say if you're in the real estate space, when are they looking to move, what's their price range, all of that kind of stuff. On the other end, if you're in, something like a fitness space, understand a little bit about what their goals are, what they're looking for, getting all of that up front so that you can qualify them a little bit before bringing them to the door. So, the thought here is we go top of funnel, primarily running this on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram are kind of our two platforms for this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. And so you'd have an ad, basically, that has copy about whatever your promotion, right? So in this case, we lead with our promotion. Hey, if you're interested in this, let us know.
So how long have we been running? We've been running it for a few weeks, right? The current.
Does that look like a chat bot?
Yeah. It looks like Pac-Man.
Yeah, we've been running a few weeks.
Running a few weeks, what are we looking for whenever we're deciding whether or not it's not working?
So we look at the soft stats, right? Are we getting that 1% click-through rate that we're looking for? What's our conversion rate on the landing page? In this particular case, we're also in summer, which is called the hard J months, June and July and January, kind of the hard months on on a lot of these platforms, you know, when people are distracted by vacations and everything else, things are generally a little more expensive. So what we're seeing is we would need to get the cost to be a little more efficient and get those soft stats better so that we can convert the leads the way that we need to. So where I'm seeing things still engage at a very cost-effective rate are these messenger ads. So that was the thought as I was driving in to the office this morning, is what if we tested messenger for this? So if you had an ad that says basically, to learn more about this, you know, click here. It goes, it opens up in Messenger, and you're basically going to get a message of, you know, hey, we're, you know, great to have you in our bot, whatever it is. Hey, Samiha, if you're interested in taking, you know, advantage of this offer, enter some basic information and we'll get back in touch with you. The nice thing is right then, so it'll say, you know, what's your best email, and Facebook will auto-populate their email address because it's also already in Facebook, so they just have to click it. Then, you know, what's the best phone number to reach you, click it, and then it would basically send them kind of an image promoting, you know, the offer of, you know, half off a class, free class, whatever it is, that will say, you know, at this point, and this is where kind of we need to discuss where it goes from there. Because then now you've got it, you've got their email address, you've got their phone number, so you can contact them, but at this point we don't want to have this fitness center owner have to contact every person that goes into the messenger center, the messenger system. We're going to collect all those leads into a database, but now we want to qualify them. So now you've got them in Messenger and you've basically said, great, you know, you're eligible to redeem this at X location. So now the messenger rules are you've got, once they've engaged, you've got 24 hours to interact with them in whatever way you want, and then there's your +1. So you've got one additional message that can go to them later. So my thing is here, I think then we feed them from the messenger into our landing page. Because one thing you're not going to be able to get across fully in the messenger is everything about this fitness center. So you basically say, hey, now that you've taken advantage of this offer or opted in, go here to sign up for your free class. Because the idea is that they would then be able to go to a scheduler and schedule their kind of initiation class to be able to go in. So I think you take them from Messenger, qualify them, get them in the database, then send a follow-up message. You know, are you ready to take the next step? Go ahead and sign up for your first class, which is a free class for them that they come in and assessments and all that happen. And then that happens on the landing page area, and now you've pixeled them there as well, and then we do retargeting on Facebook from everybody who has opted in and everybody who has visited the page until they become a lead. So you almost use a combination of the landing page method with Messenger to attract people and get them into the database. And then the nice thing about this is because this particular client, we were talking about implementing a better follow-up system via, you know, email. So we've got them on Messenger. Also now we'll have them in an email database. So then have a series of 4 or 5 emails that go out until the end of this promotion, reminding them, hey, this promotion ends on August, whatever it is. And then you're hitting them from the Messenger side, you're hitting them from email, and when they go on Facebook, they're going to be retargeted with other video ads. So we've got a lot of great video content for this client. And you just hit that really hard for like the 2 to 3 week promotional period. That's what I'm thinking.
Sounds good. So the ultimate goal though is to get, not necessarily to become leads, but to get them to schedule an appointment.
Right.
For then the staff to be able to do what they do, which is sell
Right.
their facility.
Right. So the idea is up at this level where we're in the chat bot and they're entering their information, the idea is not for every one of those to go to the owner for him to call individually. That's why we're going to set up a follow-up via Messenger and email to reach out to them to better qualify them. Once they get to this landing page and they've entered their information, that's at a point to where they've entered their information for either a representative to contact them, or they're going ahead and scheduling their appointment, and the fitness owner will take it from there.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And
And then we also are collecting a whole database of names
Yep.
a whole database of names that we can use to market to later, because they've at least shown some interest. Maybe now's not a time for them. You know, they're not looking for, maybe they're locked up in another membership somewhere else right now, but we've got at least a database of names that we're building up that we can remarket to later. So this is kind of a different combination of using Messenger Bot to build your database and to grow interest, and then retargeting them to a landing page where they actually take the action that we want them to.
And is this going to be a different offer as well?
Where, on the landing page?
Just in general? That we're
No,
trying?
so right now, yes, from what we're doing now, yes, it's a totally different, more aggressive offer that's gonna be like a 2.5 weeks, I think it's like 17-day promotion.
Yeah.
So it's a short-term promotion, and it's gonna be completely different from what we're running right now. And then if that works, we'll be able to test that, and then this model can be used for any future promotions once we test the concept out.
And this company, as a lot of our clients are, what was kind of, when we started a few weeks ago, what was the problem they were having before when they approached us? Was it getting out into their local market to generate more awareness? What was the issue?
Well, it's basically, you know, they are trying to get in their local market, trying to understand. I mean, Facebook and Instagram can be hard to understand exactly how to do it. What objectives do you need to be using? So originally they wanted to go after, you know, awareness, building a brand. They're very different from some other fitness centers in the way they want to market themselves and present themselves. So we've been focusing on really in this first month, you know, getting some awareness out, building the brand, building up an audience, gaining some traction, and then now we're going to go in with hitting them with an offer.
And by hitting them, you just mean marketing to them.
Marketing, yes, yeah.
Perfect.
So, all right.
Well, I think it will work.
I think so. It'll be a good. You know, we're doing a lot of traditional landing page stuff, which worked really well in some industries. And we have some clients that are doing straight Messenger, like all their leads are coming through Messenger. So I think a combination of these two for this client is going to make sense.
Are we doing any different audiences?
Yes, we've been testing audiences already. Right now in the local market, we're seeing more success with doing more of a max audience, just based towards their demographic. Which a max audience is basically just saying, hey, my average client are parents between 35 and 55, and letting that run versus trying to layer a bunch of interest on top of it for the local audience. That's at least what we're seeing success with right now. So we'll probably roll with that.
Awesome.
I think that's it. But it's another great illustration.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure people will love the Pac-Man.
it's a chatbot.
All right. Till next time, hope that provided some value to anybody who was on or watching this on replay.